Thinking about buying a franchise? Then the How to Buy a Franchise show is just for you. Here's your host, Dr. John Hayes.
Hi, this is John Hayes, host of How to Buy a Franchise show, and I blog at howtobuyfranchise.com. And my guest on the How to Buy a Franchise show is Dave Claflin from Fastest Labs. So let's find out a little bit about laboratory testing for drug and alcohol.
Yes.
Who hires you and how does that go?
Our primary client is going to be small to large businesses that need it for post-accident testing after an accident, or pre-employment before they ever hire someone, or random testing while they're in their daily routines.
Yeah.
They
it's a
want
big
random
business
test.
now, and
Yep.
it's a big concern. Drug and alcohol in the workplace, and employers are trying to protect themselves and protect their people. So do you have a lot of competition in this marketplace? I mean, there are private labs and doctors who provide this kind of service, but
Yeah.
I don't think we've had a franchise for laboratory testing.
We are one of the first that specialize in just drug and alcohol testing.
Okay. And are you the founder of the company?
I am.
And how did you come around to this? Have you been doing this a long time? And
I have been doing it since 2008, and we started franchising 2010. We were a franchisee of 2 other systems, so we knew what it was like to be franchisees as owner-operators, and figured
Okay.
we'd try our hand at it.
And the other systems were not labs, I take it. They were other businesses,
Yeah.
What niche were you in? You don't have to say which franchise, but
Yeah, we were in the home cleaning. Mary
Okay.
Maids is the
Okay,
largest
great,
house
yeah,
cleaning
terrific
franchise
franchise.
ever. And then we were with another one that was a reseller of UPS
okay.
overnight shipping.
Okay, so you understood the franchise model as a
Yes.
franchisee.
Yes.
And then what led you into the laboratory testing business? How did you get into that?
We saw a niche where right now when people go, you had asked about competition. Right now when you go to a Quest Diagnostics or a LabCorp or a Doc in the Box for a drug test, you're there for an hour just waiting for a test.
Yeah.
We found out that by eliminating the medical portion and not using blood, that we're able to test people within 5 minutes, send the test results within another 5 minutes before they even leave our parking lot. So there our model was born. So that's the name Fastest Labs.
And how did you discover that model? Being a Mary Maids franchisee and a UPS reshipper, how did you?
Well, through outside sales calls with my UPS business. We were out there cold calling. I ran across someone that had a lab, and they started bragging about their margins and how well they were doing, and how simple the business model was. Low number of employees, low market, low need for space. You didn't have to have a huge retail space.
Yeah.
Just a small office footprint and low number of employees. And those are things I was looking for after having managed 25 people for 13 years.
So you got interested in a different model of business.
Yep.
And then did you start it with the? First of all, how did you even know how to start it? Where did you? I mean, you weren't a laboratory testing guy. This wasn't your background, right?
No.
So how did you create the concept?
That's where being a serial entrepreneur can be deadly.
Yeah.
So we knew what it was like already to have great support from Mary Maids and from our other franchise organization. So we figured, you know what, we could do this. And so we put together our business plan, hired a broker, had some training from the gentleman that I cold called, and it's kind of interesting. We helped him build his business to a much larger level in return for him teaching us the business.
Okay.
So he won and we won.
Yeah. Is your business different than his business? Is your model different, or does he do the same thing?
It was the exact same. We just added more services and we made it more franchise-esque, more of a system, like a business in a box type model rather than making it complicated.
And did he care that you were going to franchise his idea, essentially?
He actually liked it.
He did.
We have an award that's coming out that's going to be named after him for our top franchisees.
Okay. And he didn't want to cut of the business? Or?
No,
Wow.
he actually was, he's passed away since,
Oh.
and he was sick.
Yeah.
And but
This is his legacy.
Yeah, it was a great.
Yeah, great.
It was a great time for him and for us, and we were both very. The beauty of it was he was able to have a great business for many years and
So
do even better.
Did you learn the business with the idea you would franchise it
Yes.
from the very beginning?
Yes.
But you operated it for a couple of years before you started selling franchises.
We had to prove the model.
Okay, and then once you proved the model and you could franchise this, how did you learn about franchising?
One was being a student of franchising,
Yeah.
and others were a good friend of mine is Paul Hogan from Home Instead Senior Care, the largest non-medical senior care company.
Great business as well.
He's my mentor, so I gave him a call. He actually was a franchise sales guy at Mary Maid's.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
We were one of the last franchises he sold as a Mary Maid sales rep.
Oh, okay.
He said, Dave, LaDonna, we're my wife LaDonna, we're going to be, I'm leaving this business to start my own business.
Yeah.
And started Home Instead, and now he's over 1,100 locations.
Right, good for him.
But he told me use the business consultant that he wanted me to use. He wanted me to use his attorney. So it was a monkey see, monkey do. We didn't reinvent the wheel.
Yeah, so you stepped through the process. You quickly became a franchisor.
Yes.
Then how long until you sold franchises?
One grueling year.
Yes.
Who wants to
Not
be first?
easy. Right.
Nobody wants to be first.
Yes, particularly in a business that's not food.
Yep.
It's not cleaning. You can't really put your arms around laboratory testing, and it's not something you really necessarily want to do because you're not going to be popular in some cases.
Right.
Yeah, but it's a necessary service.
Yes.
And businesses rely on it. So you're in a good niche because business to business is one of the future growth industries for franchising.
Right. So
And
residual.
it's been huge for a long time.
Thank you for listening to How to Buy a Franchise Show. If you want immediate assistance, visit howtobuyafranchise.com to contact Dr. John Hayes for a free consultation.